Editing is one of the most important aspects of any film. It's a process that takes great time and effort and will often go unnoticed with the majority of audiences. The majority of media you will see in any platform will have a degree of editing, from simply cutting and rearranging clips to adding effects and soundtrack. But what is editing, and what does it involve?
Say hello to my little friend!
Film editing is a process of assembling shots into a coherent sequence. It helps to encourage the audience to understand the story that's being played. But where did it all start?
The earliest form of film did not have any editing at all. It involved simple shots that were filmed and then played in the sequence that was on the film reel. It was not until 1924 where the first piece of editing hardware was created.
The moviola was a piece of equipment that allowed editors to view the shots on the film and then make cuts on specific parts. Then, seal them in a different segment of the film. This was a time-consuming task as it involved the editor manually searching through all of the footage to find the right shots. However, the introduction of the Steenbeck flatbed editor in 1931 sped up the process of editing with controllable speed adjustment. Therefore, reduced the time spent searching through the footage.
This technique of manually searching through all the film was known as linear editing. It was not until 1971, with the assistance of digital video, that we were able to use non-linear editing. Non-linear editing is simply put the ability to access any part of the recording at any time. This made editing easier and quicker to do. There are multiple purposes of editing. One is pace. This means we can change the speed of a scene, whether to be quick or slow. For example, in this clip we see lots of quick changes in the camera angles, making the scene look faster than it is. Like this clip, it is commonly used in action films, particularly fight scenes.
Another purpose is storytelling. Editing can allow us to create a story from out of nowhere. For example, cutting to different locations shows that they're at the same time. This also helps to show different perspectives of the same story that is being told.
There are lots of different techniques that you can use to edit a video. Here are some examples. Shot, reverse shot. This is cutting between two different characters and two different camera angles to give the impression of a conversation.
The 180-degree rule. This simply means keeping the camera angle to one side of the location. This prevents the film from becoming confusing to the audience, as the character would keep changing their sightline.
Match on action. This is a continuity technique in editing, where you would cut from one shot of an action to another but portraying the first action of the subject. This makes it a seamless and smooth transaction.
Transitions. Transitions cut away from one scene to another. These can be dissolves, wipes, cuts, and fade in and outs.
Montage. Montages are to condense time or speed up a story. This can show weeks or months of story within a few minutes.
Split screen. Split screen will show two different events happening at the same time on one screen. This helps the audience to see various perspectives of a scene, like shot reverse shot, or different versions of the event.
Slow motion. Slow motion allows you to see short events for longer and in more detail.
Time lapse. As opposed to slow motion, time lapse will allow you to speed up time, sometimes showing one shot but over the course of a day or a week or even longer.
Freeze frame. Freeze frame will stop a video on one particular shot to capture more detail of an event or expression of a character.
Providing and withholding information. This editing technique simply means whether you show certain information to the audience. For example, if a character is hiding a weapon behind them, This now gives the audience more insight to the scene than the characters know.
Jump cut. Jump cuts are where you change the angle of a single subject but in a way so slight that the audience will hardly notice.
Cross-cutting. Cross-cutting is a technique of changing one location setting to another in the same time frame and event.
Cutting to the soundtrack. This is a technique of editing a clip to the soundtrack. This will make it more fluid in the scene and sometimes add an effect of comedy like we see in this clip.
And to conclude, hopefully you can now see the importance of editing and how it can be shaped into a film or a programme.
Thanks for watching.